y'all? Faiz Sports Talk back at it with another video, and we got a very special guest here. We got Boss over at Basaraski Productions. My boy, what's going on?
What's going on, man? You actually nailed that name. Most people are like, I'll just call you Boss. But you actually, you did that good.
So Boss covers the Packers like a blanket pretty much. And you know what? I needed to have somebody on here to talk about this game because, for you guys, you're going for the #1 seed. I mean, everything's, fun. It's great. And for the Bears, we're fighting for our damn playoff lives. So this is going to be a very important game. There's a lot to talk about, a lot to get into. So let's go ahead and get started. You ready?
Yep.
So I'm going to start easy, and then I'm going to start grilling you. So you better be ready. All right?
I'm ready.
Let's talk about the Packers first, all right? Before we even get to the Bears. This team is on fire right now. I think you guys have won, 5 straight? What is your confidence level, and also, how good are you feeling about this Packers team? Is this the peak Packers right now?
So that Titans game raised me from here to here. Before then, it was whether or not the offense is going to show up or the defense is going to show up. Not both at the same time. It was always, hey, Aaron Rodgers is going to go off. The defense is going to suck. Defense is going to make some plays. Offense isn't as great. Yada, yada, yada. Last Sunday night, a whole round game. Defense, amazing. You can't ask for more against the #1 scoring offense in the league, which was the Tennessee Titans. Defense or offense as well, amazing. Aaron Rodgers threw, I think, 4 incomplete passes. Devontae Adams just completely pooped on Malcolm Butler. So, but overall, I mean, I'm really excited about this team. Like I said, I thought they were good. Now I think they're great, and I think they are ready to make a push into the playoffs and hopefully secure the #1 seed because Aaron Rodgers has never played an NFC Championship in Lambeau. So I'm hoping that can happen. So I at a scale of 10 right now at this very moment, in terms of recency bias, I'm at a 9.5.
Wow. Okay. I mean, I thought you were actually going to say 10, but I'll take it because does this Packers team – I mean,
you can always get better. You can always get better.
Absolutely. So that's great. And you know what? Talking about this Packers team, we have to talk about Aaron Rodgers because to me, look, this is me as a Bears fan. I should be, hating on you guys, hating on Aaron Rodgers, but I can't. I have to be objective. He is
I respect that.
To me. For you, Josh Allen's been tearing it up. Patrick Mahomes, we know he's had a great season. Is it even close for you, or is Aaron Rodgers the runaway MVP?
To me, it's not close. To me, obviously, I'm a Packers fan, so I'm going to take Aaron's stats and extrapolate them and whatnot. I mean, but 44 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, that's hard to beat. That's really hard to beat. He's running 70.3 completion percentage, which would, if the season ended today, would be his best on his career. That's insane considering how good he was in 2011 and 2014 as well. So I think it is his MVP to lose, and I don't think he's going to because, obviously Patrick Mahomes isn't playing next week. Aaron Rodgers would have to play very, very, very poorly to lose this. Josh Allen is a great ascending player. I just don't think he's 100% there yet. He plays wonderfully, but is he as good as Aaron Rodgers? No. Patrick Mahomes is amazing, but I still put Aaron over him.
Yeah, and I agree with that. I think Aaron Rodgers has the MVP locked up, so you're not going to have any debate from me on that end. So let's talk about this game now on Sunday. So this is the second game. Obviously, the first game did not go as planned for the Bears. It was pretty much over by halftime. We got blown out. And so, this Bears team from the last time you guys saw us has changed a lot. So let's start with, what have you seen from this Bears team? Our offense, I'll just give you some quick numbers here. Over the last 4 games, has scored 30-plus points. First time that's happened since 1965. Somebody by the name of Gale Sayers was also playing for the Bears at that time. So we haven't seen this. I know people want to just, dismiss it, but we have not seen this offense played this prolific. And also, you want to talk about, the opponents, right? And look, you can certainly make that argument, and that's why I'm asking you, are you buying this Bears team in terms of their offensive turnaround, or are you saying it's a bit of a fluke? Give me your overall thoughts on the Bears offense.
So I'm going to give respect where it's due. I'm not the type of person that's going to, crap on a team just because they're a rival. I got to give respect where it's due. And I said this in my post-game video, and I said Mitch Trubisky's playing really good the last 4 games, and I said that makes me throw up my mouth a little bit, but but in the last 4 games after the Green Bay game, which wasn't so good, he has 107.7 rating for a quarterback rating and 72.3 completion percent and a 7-2 touchdown to interception ratio, which is really good. Now my rebuttal to that is the Lions defense 32nd in points, the Houston 26th in points, Jacksonville 31st in points, and Minnesota 28th in points, a combined record of 16 and 44. Now, obviously, you can go down the cherry picking stats all day long. I do give more credit to the Bears defense, or Bears offense. I'm sorry, but I'm not putting this team down. Like, I think they're going to have a very competitive physical game. They always do. It's a division game. It's in Soldier Field. It's going to be a good game.
Yeah. Okay. No, I'm glad you said that because just from my perspective, the Packers and the Vikings both played the Jaguars, and I think you guys put up like 24 points.
Yeah, that game was poopy.
Yeah, and the Vikings, it took overtime for them to beat the Jaguars. So, again, the Bears blew them out. Take it for what it is, but it's not like, oh, my God, every team's been blowing out the Jaguars by like 50.
They're NFL teams at the end of the day. That's what I always look at it. Like, you can cherry pick stats, like I said, but they are NFL teams, and you're winning games and you're playing well.
Absolutely. So, so I'm glad, it's nice hearing it, from a Packers fan too, that, this thing isn't a complete mirage. And I think this Bears offense, especially because the offense is really being catered to Mitch Trubisky, just looks completely different. So knowing how the Bears have been playing 1-3 straight, talking about the game on Sunday, what chance do you give the Bears? Like right now, obviously they're an underdog. I think the line is about 6 points, 5.5, something along those lines. But do you give the Bears a chance? And if you do, how much of a chance?
I definitely do. It's one of those games. It doesn't mean as much as prior years where it's like for the division, but it still means a lot. The Packers are driving for that number 1 seed. The Bears are driving for the playoffs. Obviously, the situation with the Cardinals and the Rams game.
Yep.
The Packers can also send the Bears home. So that means it's still a big game for both teams. That's why I think it's going to be a really competitive one. And I still give the Bears like a 35-40% chance to win this.
Wow. That is incredible to hear because I feel like people are just dismissing it. I love that you said that, boss, because division games are tricky.
I never bet on them.
I'm telling you, folks, what happened with the Bengals, if the Bears treat this game, which they probably will, like their Super Bowl, that's what the Bengals did with the Steelers, and, that's what happened. So we'll get to the prediction. Don't you guys worry about that. But just real quickly, talking about more in terms of this game, Matt Nagy's probably not getting any sleep. Neither is Mitchell Trubisky. They've been game planning for this game ever since the Jaguars game ended. So I'm going to ask you a question I don't think you've thought about a lot or people haven't asked you. If you had to stop this Packers team, how would you stop them? Now, look, you might say you can't stop them. Fine. How would you slow them down? Is there a particular thing? Is it, pressure on Aaron Rodgers? Is it take double Davante Adams? How would you slow the Packers down?
Well, firstly, I think you should always double Davante Adams. I think if you're not doing that, you're kind of shooting yourself in your foot there. This dude's insane. I haven't seen a receiver with this stat line, and he's played 13 games or 12 and a half games. He's missed 2.5 games. It's ridiculous. He's on the lines of like Randy Moss level type season here. So greatest season I've seen in a long time for a wide receiver. But I think with the Packers, the main thing is just playing very physical. And it's been a problem for the Packers offense for years. And if you get in Aaron Rodgers' face and piss him off, like to where he kind of becomes uncomfortable, and Ndamukong Suh does a wonderful job at it. And Ndamukong Suh like really irks him. And I think, you walk a thin line with that. Do I want to piss Aaron Rodgers off? But you don't want to see him sitting there dotting you up, smiling and laughing. You don't want to see that. So I think the main thing is playing physical, and I think the Bears defense has the capability to do that. They obviously have a good defensive line, good secondary, all that. So it's mainly playing physical, and then, of course, if you stop their run and kind of dictate their offense, obviously they can pass on you whenever they want to. In terms of this year, their passing offense is outstanding. But like I said, if you double Davante and make them go to their secondary targets, MVS has 2 goose egg games in a row. Robert Tunyon's a good target, but doesn't get like crazy yardage. It's mainly just red zone touchdowns and whatnot. And Allen Lazard's back, so that's a good target. So it's mainly just playing them very physical. That's the way to beat them.
So I'm glad you said that too, because in my preview video where I, gave my thoughts on the game, I said, yeah, doubling Davante Adams, you do that for sure. But I think it's getting pressure on Aaron Rodgers because our pass rush has not been there. And if it's not there, then we're not going to win this game. I don't know if you remember 2 years ago when we did beat the Packers, Aaron Rodgers didn't have a touchdown. He had 4 sacks. that's how you do it. That's how you beat this
Yeah.
team. So again, very rare to see it happen. But if you want an answer, there you go. That's how you do it. So
Yeah.
just speaking real quickly about the run game, actually, I just thought about this. Is Jamal Williams and Aaron Jones healthy? Because A.J. Dillon got a lot of work last week. And
Jamal is out. So he might play this game, but he was out last 2. I think
yeah,
it's a lower leg injury. Jamal, see, A.J. Dillon, I've been high on. I thought he would have a breakout game, and he did, and at the perfect
he
time
did.
in the snow, and, just crazy. He reminded me of rookie year Eddie Lacy. I can't say much more about that. I think they have a very, very good three-headed monster in the backfield if all of them do suit up to play, but that's nothing taking away from Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones is a hell of a running back too. They're all good in their own ways. Jamal Williams is a great pass blocker. Aaron Jones can catch the ball like a receiver. He can run routes. He does everything. I think he's averaging 5.6 yards per carry on the year. Just ridiculous. But Jamal is on the injury report, so we'll see what happens with him.
Okay, so we don't know yet, but A.J. Dillon had a crazy game, so I just want to bring that up because he looked really good, and obviously that's not good for the Bears. So, all right, let's do it. Let's talk about the final prediction here. So, just again, you can give your score, but if you want to just talk about how you think this game goes and kind of what your prediction is for this game.
So last time we talked about the prior game on FTFN, I said it was going to be a 1-score game, and it wasn't. We both thought it was going to be a more competitive game, and it wasn't. Now, I want to say it is going to be a competitive game, and I think it will. Week 17 in December, or January, should I say, it's going to mean a lot more. I still have the Packers winning by either 7 to 10 points. I'd put it around that mark, like 10 points there, but I think it's going to be like a hard-fought game, and I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to have like 6 touchdowns in the first half. I just want to put a little dig on you there.
No, that's fair. So anything else from your end, or should I just say my prediction then?
I want to hear yours.
Okay, so here's the thing. I think you think I'm objective. I hope you do, because I wouldn't blatantly just pick the Bears. But here's where I'm at. This is the Bears Super Bowl in a way. Right. And so I do think the Bears are going to get up for it. The fact that they've been playing pretty well obviously bodes well for this team. And this game being at Soldier Field, I think makes a big difference. I know there's no fans, but I do think if this was in Lambeau, my level of confidence would be a lot lower. I actually did it. I actually did pick the Bears to win this game, but by a score of 24-21, right? A 3-point game. And here's why. I think, like I mentioned, the Bears, knowing that this is the game, I think they're the more desperate team than the Packers. Look, the number 1 seed would be nice. I know you guys want to go for it, but the health of Aaron Rodgers and your players are more important. At this point, we're just fighting to get in. So you got desperation on your side. And then I think I read a stat somewhere where it said like the 9 of like the last 11 games at Soldier Field have been 1-score games. We just talked about division games. They are going to be tough, and the first time around, the Bears are going to make adjustments. Now, as far as on the field, right, I'm just talking about how they're going to stop the Packers. Well, you can't win in a shootout. That's why I picked a lower-scoring game. And then in terms of, stopping the Packers' offense, it has to be to put pressure on Aaron Rodgers, but also in our offense, Mitchell Trubisky cannot give the ball away.
So you guys need to run the ball well too, which Montgomery is. Take time of possession.
That's it. Take time of possession, run the football, milk the clock, keep Aaron Rodgers off the field, and no turnovers. Because I know number 12 is not going to throw the ball to us. He's not going to give us any.
Rare.
So that's the only way. And here's the other thing too. I know it was a long time ago, but you guys did lose to the Minnesota Vikings. Dalvin Cook ran all over you. So there is a game plan here. The Colts ran all over you. The Bucks, that game too, running game. So am I crazy here? Do you see this happening?
I don't think you're crazy at all. Like I said, I do give the Bears like a decent chance. Now, would I say I give more than a 50% chance? No, but we're talking about a football team that's 12-3 now. So, like you said, running against the Packers is the key. Taking away time possession, pretty much saying, don't give the ball to Aaron Rodgers. That's basic strategy there. Don't give the ball to the MVP, right? So there's another thing, though. The Packers defense has progressed a lot in the past 4 or 5 weeks. Like, I'm talking tremendous amounts. They're getting more turnovers. Darnell Savage is playing at an all-pro level. Adrian Amos, sorry, is
Yeah.
playing at an all-pro level. Jair Alexander is, if not number 2 corner in the league.
Mhm.
The way you would beat the Packers through the air would be attacking Kevin King over and over and over and over and over. So I don't know if you would want to flip AR to that side or whatnot. Jair might follow AR. I'm not exactly sure there. But attacking Kevin King, especially also in the run game, if you go to his side, he kind of strains away from tackling. I think he still has some of his shoulder issues from years ago. But yeah, I think it's going to be a tough game.
Yeah, I think that's one thing we both agree on. And you know what? For you to pick the Packers, I am obviously not disagreeing either. They are the favorite in this one. But for me, I wouldn't pick the Bears if I didn't think they have had a legitimate shot here. But like I said, division game, it's going to be tough. Let's see what happens. So I'm excited, man. I think it's going to be a fun game on Sunday. I can't wait. And obviously, I'll probably be watching the Rams and Cards game. It's going to be funny. Somebody messaged me, last thing I'll say here before we close it out, that if the Bears beat the Packers and the Cardinals beat the Rams, then we would face you guys again if you guys don't get the number 1 seed.
I hate that. I can't, like, when the Packers had to do that a couple times with the Vikings, I just never liked that. Now, is there a way, say the Bears lose, is there a way they can make the playoffs still?
Yes.
Okay.
The Cardinals would have to lose.
Or the Cardinals would have to win, you mean? Or no, lose. Sorry. Sorry. Yeah, Rams would have to win. Okay.
If Cardinals lose, we're in either way.
So that's it.
Yeah, that's it. We could lose to you guys. If the Cardinals lose, we're in because we have the tie. But here's the part, right? How many breaks do the damn Cardinals need? My God.
Cooper Kupp, Jared Goff, I saw it. Yeah.
Cooper Kupp's out. Darrell Henderson's out. So I'm not expecting that to happen. So, yeah, essentially, if I'm going by the Vegas odds here, the Bears are projected to lose. Cardinals are projected to win. And that would mean the Rams and the Cards get in. And there is a scenario, by the way, where the Rams would be left out. That would mean the Bears win and the Cardinals win. And the Rams would be out. We would both get the wild card spots. So
nice.
It's going to be
the Cardinals might be out anyways. I mean, who knows with golf?
Who knows what's going to happen. Yeah. But, yeah, I appreciate you, boss. Thank you so much, man. And hopefully we'll collab again soon. And I'll talk to you guys later.
As always, have a good one, guys.